Hello, thanks for checking out our quick video on some basic information on running for City Council and becoming a candidate. My name is Ginny Sawyer. I work in the City Manager's office, and with me is...
I'm Rupa Venkatesh, Assistant City Manager.
And we're going to run through just some quick basics on what it looks like to run for council and be on city council. I also want to highlight this candidate guideline, and there'll be a link to this further in our presentation. And so let's get going. First off, just want to clarify our basic form of government, which is council manager form of government, meaning our registered voters elect city council members by district and one mayor at large. That council body of 7 is then responsible for hiring 3 positions, but one of which is the city manager. And then the city manager is responsible for overseeing all the operations of the city. The 3 positions that council is responsible for, direct reports, include the city manager, who is currently Kelly DiMartino, the chief municipal judge, Jill Hauser, and the city attorney, Carrie Daggett. City Fort Collins is really a full-service city. We have almost 2,400 full-time employees and cover a variety of services, from owning our own utility of light and power, water and wastewater, as well as police services, parks, recreation, natural areas, and the variety of services that you see as you move throughout the community. Council duties, at the most basic level, because there's a lot to it, but really is setting the policy and the direction for city government. So most folks have ideas and directions based on what your constituents want, and you are representing those views within the city government. Council not only is on the council body, but they are also representatives on additional internal and external board representation. Some of these include things like the PRPA, Poudre River Power Authority Board, Poudre Fire Protection District Board. So we have a variety of different boards that require some council representation as well. There's also a lot of community engagement involved, again, as representatives of the community at large, being available and out and being a point of contact for your constituents and those in our community that are interested to engage is an important aspect of this. And then we already covered the 3 direct reports and doing the performance management on there. City also has quite an extensive setup of boards and commissions, of 20 plus different boards and commissions of different types of boards, and council appoints residents to those boards. And then those boards, their duties are to make recommendations to council and advise them on policy decisions. The council schedule, this is the known schedule. Again, things can change, but the known schedule, every Tuesday night, there's a council meeting, unless there's a 5th Tuesday, and that one's free. But our 1st and 3rd Tuesdays are regular meetings, which occur in council chambers. It's where public comment is allowed to happen, and it's where decisions are made and votes are taken. The 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of each month are work sessions, and these are really less formal. No direct decisions are made, but direction is provided so that staff can move forward and the community kind of knows which direction we're heading on policy decisions. You'll see there are quite a few additional weekly meetings that can occur, from subcommittees, meeting with direct reports, meeting with boards and commissions periodically, and then meetings with constituents. There's a lot of communication that happens ahead of many of these meetings. So each Thursday prior, council members and really the public, these packets are public, a packet is published that covers all the information that will be covered in that next meeting. These packets can sometimes be hundreds and hundreds of pages. So try to get good in our writing and help make clear what decisions are being asked. On the day of each meeting, we also could have a potential read before communication, packet, memo, so that we're providing council members with the most timely information ahead of any decision making that may happen. We try really hard to be very transparent to the community and to council when these communications are coming out, when background material is being provided, so everyone is very clear on the context of how we came to be and the process that leads up to decision making.
So the city is divided into 6 different council districts, and if you're not sure of which district you live in, there is a handy link on the slide where you can enter in your address and find your district. For the November 2023 election, candidates will be elected for districts 2, 4, and 6, and then the mayor, of course, is elected at large every 2 years. So that position is also up for election in November of 2023. So districts, the boundaries of the districts are adjusted every 10 years if the U.S. Census calls for that. And part of the official rules of how those districts are divided is that each of the district's population must be within 10% of each other. So we want to make sure that those 6 districts have equal population in all of them. And the city clerk is tasked with reviewing and recommending changes to those boundaries between census adjustments. And earlier we were talking about council subcommittees. So the election code committee is one of those subcommittees that 3 council members are a part of that review those recommended changes and then make recommendations to full council. So once you've decided that you want to become an official candidate, once you have publicly declared your candidacy, you have 10 days to officially file a candidate affidavit with the city clerk's office. And then between August 8th and August 28th, in order to become an official candidate, you must gather 25 signatures from registered voters within your district. Those residents of the district can only sign 1 petition per office. So first, when you know that you want to, declare your candidacy, you're considered an informal or an unofficial candidate. To become an official candidate is when you have to get those 25 signatures between August 8th and August 28th. One of the other key things is that once you're a candidate and you want to start accepting contributions, there are forms and financial reports that you have to regularly file with the city clerk's office. And all of that information can be found on the candidate guidelines packet, and the link is here on this slide. And any questions, any specific questions that you have, you can always reach out to the city clerk's office. In November of 2022, Fort Collins voters passed a charter amendment that changes how council members are compensated. And moving forward, council is compensated based on the area median income for the Fort Collins Loveland area. Compensation is adjusted to 75% of the AMI, Mayor Pro Tem at 60%, and other council members at 50% of AMI. And so these numbers are adjusted annually based on the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, so HUD. And so those numbers come out in July. So as of July 1st, 2023, the mayor receives approximately $59,000 annually in compensation, Mayor Pro Tem $47,000, and other council members about $39,000. Also included in the charter amendment that was passed is that council members are eligible to receive medical benefits as well if they choose to participate. And if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to the city clerk's office or the city manager's office, and we are happy to answer what we can. And thank you so much for watching our video, and we hope to see you on the ballot.